Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. I'm rooting for Rob Warne to find love again. These 90-day fiancé women could be his perfect match after Sophie Sierra split. Rob Warne has broken up with Sophie Sierra, but I believe he could still find love, especially with some of his 90-day fiancé franchise co-stars who are well suited to him. I wasn't a huge fan of Rob when he first appeared on 90-Day Fiancé Season 10. To me, the Los Angeles native seemed too immature for his age and quick to anger. My doubts about Rob and Sophie's relationship grew even more when she revealed that one of the main reasons she entered into a relationship with him was because he was of a mixed race, like her. My opinion of Rob remained consistent during the following season, even after his marriage to Sophie. I believed he was a poor husband and felt that Sophie deserved better. It wasn't until 90-Day, the last resort Season 2, that I realized both Sophie and Rob had their own flaws. I learned that neither of them was solely to blame for the downfall of their marriage. Rob and Sophie weren't well suited to each other, which is why therapy wasn't successful in helping them, ultimately resulting in their breakup at the recommitment ceremony. Rob may have ended his relationship with Sophie, but he still has the opportunity to form a strong relationship with some of his female co-stars. One such cast member is Ariella Weinberg, who recently separated from her husband, Biniam Schreiber. I believe Rob and Ariella could be well suited to each other because they are closer in age than Sophie. Both Rob and Ariella are in their mid-30s, which allows them to relate to each other better as they both grew up in the United States during the same time period. Although Rob and Ariella clashed during Tell All, I believe that their American background makes them much more compatible. While they may not have grown up in the same region, they are both Americans. As such, they would likely have a better understanding of each other. They have both experienced failed relationships with foreign partners, which could help them relate to each other. In my opinion, Rob and Ariella have great potential as a couple. They are much better suited for each other than they were for their exes. Stephanie Matto is another 90-Day Fiancé franchise cast member, whom I believe is a good match for Rob. As we know, Rob is a fun-loving man who enjoys living a glamorous life. He doesn't shy away from being himself in front of the cameras, as evidenced by his bold comments about Jasmine Pineda. I think Rob has great potential to build a fun relationship with Stephanie because they are very similar. Besides being almost the same age, Stephanie and Rob exude the same dynamic energy, as they are both equally bold. They are both social media influencers, and I believe they are both experienced at creating adult content for their subscribers. If they choose to collaborate on this type of content, it could lead to increased income for them. Building adult content together could be lucrative for them and potentially make them wealthier and more popular. Additionally, Rob and Sophie are also pet lovers, which is another aspect that makes them compatible. Their shared love for dogs could bring them closer and strengthen their bond. Jibri Bell's former wife from Serbia, Miona Bell, also appears to be a promising potential partner for Rob. Miona is older than Sophie but is in her 20s. She is hardworking and has also started a small business in the United States. She is a busy businesswoman who avoids drama. I believe Miona would make a suitable girlfriend for Rob because they both dislike chaos or controversy. Miona prioritizes being a pet parent and pursuing her goals, just like Rob, who also enjoys being a dog dad and making business moves with his friends, Josh Weinstein and Jamal Menzies. While I'm aware that Miona is currently in a relationship with someone else, it's difficult to ignore the potential compatibility she has with Rob. In the event that she ends her current relationship, Rob could pursue a romantic relationship with her. I believe Rob and Miona could have a successful future together. Rob could help Miona expand her business by collaborating with Josh and his modeling agency to promote her ponytails. In return, Miona could help Rob heal from his breakup with Sophie by showing him the same love and support she displays for her current boyfriend on social media. There is no denying that Anfisa Arkhipchenko wasn't a good wife to her former husband, Jorge Nava. We all saw her chaotic personality on TV, including when she scratched Jorge's car because of her short temper. She also displayed signs of being a gold digger, telling Jorge how she was only with him for his money. However, not many people know that Anfisa has changed since her last appearance on 90-Day Fiancé. The Russian woman has worked hard to build a successful career in fitness and has even become an American citizen. I believe that Anfisa has become a kinder woman than she was before. She has matured, as shown by her more down-to-earth social media posts. While Anfisa and Rob may not have many interests in common, they are both in their 30s and may be able to relate to each other. They are also both attractive fitness enthusiasts, which could strengthen their relationship as they work together at the gym. Following their breakups, both the 90-Day Fiancé cast members have improved as individuals, leading me to believe that they could have a successful relationship with each other. Success stories from 90-Day Fiancé, the same names always pop up. Loren and Alexei with their adorable kids, Kenny and Armando breaking barriers, or maybe David and Annie with their cooking show and fan-favorite humor. But when I think about the most successful couple from the franchise, my pick might surprise you. And honestly, even I didn't expect to land here. I'm talking about Kalani Fagata and Asuelu Pula. Yes, I know what you're thinking. They've had explosive fights, emotional therapy sessions, and one of the most dramatic breakups in 90-day history. But hear me out. When I think about true success, it isn't just about staying together for appearances. It's about transformation, growth, and creating a life that's better than the one you had before the cameras ever rolled. And on that front, Kalani and Asuelu are quietly winning in ways most people aren't paying attention to. Reason number 1. They stopped pretending for the cameras. Let's be honest. Plenty of couples on 90-Day Fiancé try to hold it together for the sake of their brand. They smile through gritted teeth, post heavily filtered Instagram photos together, and only hint at drama when a spin-off needs promotion. Kalani and Asuelu? They ripped the bandage off, and they did it in the most brutally honest way possible. On TV with the world watching. Their decision to go on 90-Day, the last resort, was a gamble, but instead of producing a fake redemption arc, Kalani dropped a truth bomb that shook the fandom. She revealed that Asuelu had been unfaithful multiple times. She spoke openly about her pain, about her hurt, and about the emotional toll of staying in a relationship that no longer felt safe. That level of honesty was uncomfortable for fans who wanted a picture-perfect ending. But it was real. And it gave both Kalani and Asuelu the freedom to finally stop performing and start healing. Reason number 2. Kalani chose herself and her kids. It takes serious courage to walk away from a relationship that the world has been rooting for, especially when 2 kids are involved. Many 90-day couples stay together long past their expiration date simply to avoid public scrutiny. Kalani decided that her mental health, her children's well-being, and her happiness were more important than being relationship goals. She created a new home environment where her boys can thrive, free from the constant fighting and tension. She also showed millions of viewers that choosing to leave isn't a failure. It's an act of strength. In a franchise where staying together is often treated as the ultimate prize, Kalani redefined what a happy ending can look like. Reason number 3. Asuelu's growth is visible. Yes, Asuelu made mistakes, some big ones. But in the aftermath, he didn't just disappear into silence or double down on bad behavior. He started taking steps toward being a better co-parent and a more responsible man. Fans have noticed that his social media has shifted. There are fewer chaotic TikToks, fewer drama-filled rants, and more posts about spending time with his sons. He seems calmer, more grounded, and more focused on building a life in America rather than running from his responsibilities. In a way, their breakup gave Asuelu the space to grow up. And that growth is a quiet but powerful form of success. Reason number 4. They made co-parenting look possible. Reality TV loves to show bitter custody battles and screaming matches. But Kalani and Asuelu have surprised fans by finding a way to co-parent peacefully. In interviews, Kalani has said that they've reached a point where they can communicate about the kids without hostility. That means her children get to see both parents actively involved in their lives. And that's no small feat after the kind of drama we've seen unfold on screen. Successful co-parenting is messy, it's hard, and it doesn't always come with applause. But it might be the most meaningful thing this couple has accomplished. Reason number 5. They built individual identities beyond TLC. Kalani has leaned into her social media presence, growing her audience and building a brand around authenticity and humor. She shares mom life, beauty tips, and unfiltered thoughts in a way that resonates with fans. She has partnerships, income streams, and a loyal following that no longer depends solely on her relationship status. Meanwhile, Asuelu has kept busy with appearances, meet and greets, and social media content that doesn't just revolve around Kalani. He's carving out his own identity as a dad and influencer. Together, and separately, they've proven that life after TLC doesn't have to mean fading into obscurity. Reason number 6. They modeled the messy reality of love. If you think about it, Kalani and Asuelu might have given viewers one of the most honest portrayals of a young international marriage. We saw the whirlwind romance, the honeymoon phase, the growing pains, the cultural clashes, and ultimately, the hard decision to part ways. So many 90-day fiancé couples skip over these layers or try to edit them out. Kalani and Asuelu let us see it all. And in doing so, they made countless viewers feel less alone in their own struggles. Reason number 7. They showed that divorce isn't the end. The most shocking thing about Kalani and Asuelu's story is that, despite all the heartbreak, it doesn't feel like a tragedy. In fact, it feels like a success story. Kalani looks happier, healthier, and more empowered than ever. Asuelu seems more grounded and focused. Their kids are thriving. This isn't the fairy tale ending some fans wanted, but it's a realistic, hopeful one. And in today's world, maybe that's the kind of story we need more of. Kalani and Asuelu might not have stayed together. They might not be traveling the world as a happily married couple. But when I think about success, growth, maturity, honesty, and building a life where everyone involved is better off, they might just be the couple that embodies it most. It's not who I thought I'd be rooting for when their season first aired. But in the messy, unpredictable world of 90-Day Fiancé, maybe the most shocking success story is the one where two people walk away stronger, even if they walk away from each other.